I gave a dispatch rider an item from my site to another site to deliver, and the guy ran away with the item, and we should arrested him.
No, right is not giving this gist very real. That's not the worst part.
Okay.
You have to tell them how much the item this guy ran away with was.
800,000 naira, guys.
I brought 1 million.
800,000 naira.
Round it
Just a
up.
little bit of, if you do that, semi this thing, it's 1 million.
Approximate.
Let me tell you guys a full story.
Hi, my name is Raliat.
And hi, my name is Hamda. Welcome to this chaotic podcast that's camouflaging as lifestyle content, but is actually gbeborun.
Welcome to Oversharing and Banter.
Really, I miss you so much. Like, you have no idea.
Bruh.
Distance. May distance not come between you and your loved ones. Anyways.
Live video like this.
Oh, God. Welcome to episode what? Riley, what episode are we? Are the numbers guy?
Episode 12 or 13. Yeah.
We've done 13 episodes. Welcome to episode 12 of Oversharing and Banter. We're happy to have you guys here again. Today we're going to be doing the Am I Going Crazy episode. But before that, we're going to run through our normal, how was your weekend? What's what best? What have you been up to? Yada, yada, yada. So I'm just going to hand it over to Riley. Bonnie, my dear, how's your week?
My week was here and there. It started out rocky, but we thank God. A lot of wild things have happened.
A lot of wild things have been happening in Ralia's life.
A lot of good things too. So,
do you want to start from like the wild things?
The wild things. So first of all, I gave a dispatch rider.
I'm laughing because I already know this story. I'm sorry.
I gave a dispatch rider an item from my site to another site to deliver, and the guy ran away with the item, and we should arrested him.
No, right is not giving this gist very real. That's not the worst part.
Okay.
You have to tell them how much the item this guy ran away with was.
800,000 naira, guys.
I brought 1 million.
800,000 naira.
Round it up.
A little bit of, if you do that, semi this thing, it's 1 million.
Approximate.
Oh
yeah, that's a lie. That's going to be 900. It's not 1 million. That's not how it works.
And it was 800 as at when he stole it. Now, because dollar is going up, if I want to buy it again, it's definitely 1 million. Yeah.
So Relia has had to arrest this person. He's currently
they tracked him down.
Prison.
Yes. So let me tell you guys a full story. So I used InDrive, my mistake. I normally would use Uber or my regular dispatcher, but he was out of Lagos and Uber I wasn't seeing any rider close to me and it was really urgent. So I was like, I've used InDrive a couple of times. Let me just, keep patronize them more.
That was your first mistake.
That was my first mistake. Something in my little house was telling me, Ralia, this is wrong. But I was just like, what could go wrong?
A lot, apparently. A lot.
So this guy comes and I'm like, oh my guy, please, this thing is really urgent. If you can take it now, because sometimes they want to take some other orders before they get to to find out this thing. And he was like, okay, sure, bet, no problem now. So I went about my day. I was on site. I was speaking with the electrician, and then the person that's supposed to receive the item calls me 2 hours later that he has not seen the guy. And I'm like, oh, it's true. I called the guy and he's like, he's on his way. But then on the app, it's showing that he's still within Surulere.
Yeah.
He's still within Surulere, and he says, oh, he hasn't put on his mobile data, so he hasn't updated his current location. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense,
It makes sense. You're like, okay, reasonable.
Please help me go fast. Yeah, he says he's almost there. So a couple of minutes later, he sends the account number that I should send the delivery money to. You see, it's the F1 for me. It's like, you want to jilt me twice? So he sends the account number that I should send the distance to him. And usually, dispatch riders are very sus. They would maybe have an issue with delivery. I always just call the receiver and say, please, have you seen this guy? Have you seen the item? So that I can pay the money. And my guy is like, no, he hasn't seen the item. The dispatch rider is not calling, he's not picking his calls again. I called the dispatch rider, he blocked my number. I called him electrician number, he blocked the number. Plumber, he blocked the number. Everybody's number that was on site. I was like, please give me your phone, let me call this guy. He blocked every single person's number. So fast forward to the next week or so, I was in Abuja, which is the best thing that happened to me, but we'll get to that. And then on the app, it was a different number that was on the app, and it was a different number he called me with. And his excuse that day was that he put that other number isn't going through, and this is the number that's going through. Which people have two numbers in life. It's okay. So I called this other number. I was just like, let me just call this number. I woke up very early in the morning and I call, and it's a lady, and I'm like, where's my item? And she said, oh, she was sick that day and she gave this guy her account to use to make money, yada yada yada. She didn't know he didn't deliver the item. She's going to reach out to him. She starts sending me screenshots of herself chatting with the guy, and that the guy is going to return my item. I say she unblock me from WhatsApp. Where he unblock me? Let me chat with him.
By myself.
By myself. He unblocked
Oh, he
me.
even unblocked you.
He unblocked me. And he said that, he gave the item to another rider to deliver it. And that rider said that he's waiting for a lot of items going to that direction. Mind you, this had been like 2 weeks later. I said, Oga, please just bring the item back to where you carried it from. You don't even need to take it. I can even pay you
to bring it back.
For your inconvenience, please don't be angry. Bring the item back. My guy did not answer. And in my head, I just texted that the authorities should pick you up. I don't want to hear please. Okay? I didn't want to hear any please. He didn't answer me. The girl too, I told her that they're going to pick you up because
when someone thinks that they are like calling your bluff, they're like, you can't do me nothing. Because you are in Lagos, right? Things like this happen all the time. Normal. You move on air, but it's bad on the air. Let me tell you that Rally have found police and found that man.
Yeah. We know the DPO of like Ikeja, and they're like, they tracked him down. Apparently they can track. If you have
no. See, the Nigerian police is actually effective. It's just that
there's
no motivation to work. Anyway, the guys in N1, they are waiting for him and his family members to bring the money.
So wait now. Sorry, the story is long, you guys. Please. If you're enjoying this gist, let us know. Thank you. So they tracked him down, picked him up on Saturday, and which was a good thing because you can't like hold people past like I think 48 hours or something. I don't know, human rights, all of that violation. But like obviously the weekend, nobody's gonna arraign you, nobody's going to like come and bail you. No bailing is opening on Sunday. So we go to the station on Monday morning, and his mother is there, his father, and they are begging, rolling on the floor, begging me. I said, Mommy, why are you begging me? Please, I'm begging you not to beg me.
Mama, I'm begging father.
Don't beg me. Where do you want me to start from? I don't understand. Obviously, this work, I had to like get another item to replace what your guys do. But where is my profit gonna come from? What am I gonna do? You want me to run into the ground? I have bills. Please, ma, don't beg me. You want me to kneel down? And it was like that though. So Sha left there because it was in the morning and we couldn't like can't spend a whole day in the station.
Yeah.
And the police officer called in the evening and was like, we've been able to see 400,000 naira. I'm like, so you people have money, oh.
So they have 400K. They are not stressed. And so they will look for the remaining 400K now. It's not even that.
Because like we were ready. Okay, to be honest, in my mind I was just like, you know what, God will provide. Because it was me and my husband's business. We're there together.
Ralia is a better person than me because there's no way I'm living by 800K. Really, I'm trying to think of like what's the most ridiculous amount. Anything after that 100K, I'm not leaving it because are you mad? And it's less about the money and more about you cannot actually cheat me. Are you mad?
So even before he came, I was like, maybe we can empower him. I was still talking to Dabs, yada.
She said that empower.
Remorseful, was still bony face, was like, I don't gotta be here. Like
really is a better person. How can someone rob you and you're thinking of empowering them?
Do you get me? I was just like, well, I don't like drama in my life. I like to look at drama and laugh at the people that are in the drama. But if it's me that the drama is happening to, I don't really like it. So I was just already telling them that God will provide, God will give us a way to, be alright. We'll not die.
This thing just reminded me of like that Eric and the interior designer thing.
How did she resolve that thing? I think the babe came back.
They collected a cow. Let me just quickly GC people. So we have a friend and she stays here in Canada and she has like anyway, she was trying to do like some property work in Lagos, and they had to do the interior of the space. So she found this interior designer. She had paid her. She had told her that she was coming home in December, that she wants to come and do her death December in her house. She
And
got
like
home
I
in
think
December. They've not bought anything.
so she wasn't even trying any risky thing.
Yeah, like it was like she knew people, series of her friends that
people.
have used this person.
Exactly.
She sure came in December. Nothing was done in the house yet. She's asking the girl what's up. She's giving her like, okay, we have to push the timelines. Things are now more expensive. You have to like add more money because of dollar rates and exchange rates.
Tell them about how the girl sent her a wrong transaction. Like she formulated a transaction.
Yeah. So
Erica works in the fintech space.
So like she knows how to figure these things out. Like she knows how to call people and be like, has this money entered my account? Anyway, so after the thing was getting so much, Erica is like, send me back my money. I don't want to work with you again. She starts to come up with stories, whatever. Then she now says she has sent the money, which is what Riley is referring to. And then Erica is like, no, I've called my people. This money has not entered.
This money is a fake receipt. ID does not exist.
You guys, when I say people are terrible.
Erica was able to reach
Erica is way real. Like she's the craziest friend I have. She went to carry the person with police. They slept and stuff. No, Erica is literally Erica is the maddest person, and it's not like she's mad on normal day. She just has the you cannot actually cheat me energy.
Exactly.
For context, she's a Delta girl. So anyway, they took like after she couldn't pay, they is it impounded? I don't know the right word. Like they held her car down until she could find the money, and they've gotten their money back. But it's annoying because at that point, like dollar rates had increased. So some things that she should have gotten since last year, like before December and finished up, they now have to like start finding extra money.
Able to get exactly.
Anyway, that's we have totally diverted from where we are going today. What happened to me? What's the worst thing that happened to me?
What did you say?
Okay, that's the wildest thing. Let me go to
another
wildest
thing happened. One of our family friends got kidnapped from inside his house.
Have you like how far have
inside his house? They found him. Yet. That was like 3 days ago. They came inside his house, picked him and his 2 children, left the wife and I think 1 more kid.
They picked his children.
Yeah, picked 2 children.
They were his children.
His small children. They are not.
Oh, God, I beg. God, I beg. God, I beg. That's so scary.
I swear. And now it's like, God, I beg. I hope it's just even kidnapping and they should ask for ransom and it's not something else. I'm trying not to think that it's like God should just be protecting us because you're inside your house. It's not as if you're like, oh, I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time. Where could be more rights than inside your house?
As a matter of fact, where could be more right? It's so scary.
I know. Anyways, yeah, that's wild. That's
wild things that happened.
A bad thing, yeah. So what's wild thing that happened to you?
I don't think any wild thing happened to me this
week. You said that Shake came to Lagos.
That's not wild. That's like best. Wild thing would be so my friend got married like this weekend. And I had gotten my dress, I had gotten my scarf, I had let her do makeup. I had gotten everything. And then I wake up in the morning and my sister is like, can you help me babysit the kids? I have to go for swimming. I'm like, do you know it's fine? I'll be late for my party. I don't mind. So I babysit the kids till like 12 when her husband comes home. And then I'm like, oh God, I need to rush because I want to be there early. I don't want to miss any part of this because my friend is getting married. I shall go, I do my makeup. I'm trying to tie my scarf. The scarf now enters water. As I just go to iron it, Ralia, I bought the scarf. Between you and I wore that bought scarf like that because I could, like, you know, when you're already under pressure. And my makeup, like, at some point, it did not even arrange. I was struggling. I had to wipe my lips like 3 times. But like, because nonsense anxiety is over me. Anyway, my scarf burnt. I still see it. Just pictures on Instagram. Yeah. The scarf has burnt at the back, but it sucks it in. I was like, I'm not about to change this look and wear a black scarf or something. Another wild thing that happened, but it's been like maybe 2 weeks ago because we've not shot in a while. So me and AY, we went out. AY, Riley knows AY. Riley hates against AY because like I hung out with her a lot. We do this thing where we hate on the other friends we have because we're supposed to be best friends.
Like, I'm just like, who do I hang out with? And like, you cheat on me all the time with these people.
But we've agreed that I'm the cheater in this relationship.
And then I'm going to leave you one day because you guys discussed not saying people that cheat on you. So like,
earlier. Take it back. What do you mean you're going to leave me? My heart, please, oh, please. Okay, so we're coming back home and then we're on the bus because we are broke kids. So we take the bus. We don't have cars and Uber to the mall is expensive. So we took the bus. And then some guy looks at me and he's like, I know you. Now I get this occasionally. It's just annoying because I did not expect that I'll be getting this in Edmonton, Canada. And I'm like, hi. And I'm like, hi, because when I'm always cordial in such situations, like it's fine. Like people know my face, right? So it's fine. And then he keeps saying, I know you on Instagram. I sent you a DM, you did not reply me. And like, when the conversation just starts to get awkward, and then he leaves his seat and comes towards us. And he's like, oh, Ashake is coming to Edmonton. He's telling me that something happened and they didn't invite somebody. That am I going to be there? That we should hang out. That what do I want? He has money. And it's just awkward because, like, I actually don't know you. You are a stranger. And, like, he was obviously drunk. So he was just, like, shouting. And then, like, it just gets awkward. Keep in mind that it's dark. And personally, I'm always afraid to go out at night. Yeah. So at this point, I'm already anxious because I told AY that we should take Uber back. But she was like, let's just take bus. We are two, right? My dear, one white woman at our side, she's not like, do you guys need help? Do you guys want to get out at the next stop? I'm like, yes.
Was that bad?
It was that bad. Like, it was already borderline harassment. Like, okay, you know me, fine. I've said hello. Keep it moving. Mister, we go down at the stop that we're not supposed to get down, and we eventually took that Uber home. But I'm just like at what point do people have boundaries? And then he was like, you know how I was saying that he was like, he sent me a DM. I was like, what's your handle? I blocked him because I'm like, no, we don't do that here.
Love it. You're not gonna get access to me. Create a new Instagram account. Do the stress.
See,
because really.
No, do you even know, like, on Instagram, if you block someone and they create a new Instagram account with, like, the same email
address, yeah.
They are blocked across board.
Email address. People
How
are like,
desperate can you be?
People are desperate.
Well, anyway, that was the wildest thing. How about you? What was the best thing that happened to you? She's so happy.
Kano,
yeah.
One of my best friends when we
and she forgot me for 2 weeks. But it's fine. That's not the one we're addressing. Proceed.
And then I traveled to Abuja to see my mommy and see my nephew and my niece. I haven't seen my niece, my namesake. I haven't seen her since she was born, and it was just so beautiful. And then I came back home, and then my camera arrived.
Realizing that content creator bago.
A really good week all around. Yeah. A good couple of weeks because I traveled.
Love it.
2 weeks.
Love it for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Me, best thing. Obviously, like Ashake came. And even though we are all mad at him for cutting his hair, because I need to address that.
One breeze to blow on his head. Allow him.
Which nonsense breeze? I feel like with men, like hair, facial hair, any type of hair, it's like makeup. It makes them more, aesthetically pleasing. They're like so beautiful. And then he went and he cut the hair.
If he should maybe
when he cut his hair,
I'll just be like, I don't know who this is. I'm sorry.
I didn't agree. This was like, I don't know you. You're a stranger to me. But anyway, like Ashake came and it was late. It felt like Lagos. Like everybody there, they were just like from Lagos, just black people. It felt like a concert in Lagos. And then I got to see a couple of my friends there. And then what else happened?
Guys, I was jealous. I couldn't even.
Because it was Ashake week, like them. Erike came, so we got to hang out a lot. Erike came to our house and made us okodo. Okodo is like thick pepper soup with yam and goat meat. I was just like, God, in this life, I keep every time she sends like videos of her doing food, like cooking, I'm just like, marry me. And she's like, can you fight? And I'm like, even though, marry me.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, and then the other best thing that happened was I got into makeup. And I've only done my makeup 3 times, but like it's working. I'm still struggling with brows.
On my Instagram page, she did it herself.
Yeah, like and he's like
MUA in Canada.
Bookings, MUA and everything. And like every time it gets better, I still need to hack the eyebrow thing. It's like I don't know. Do people do their eyebrow before foundation or after foundation?
Some do before, some do after. People that do after foundation claim that it is easier. But people that do before foundations claim before foundation claims that it is glitter.
I'll try before foundation because I've been doing after, and it just seems like I can't get like the sharp lines because my face already has like that foundation wet
Yeah,
makeup.
yeah. I always do before. I think I tried after one day, and I don't know if I liked it, but it wasn't so bad. You
Okay,
can
I'll
try.
try
You can
before.
try again.
We
Yeah,
shall be doing that. Yeah,
photos in the
and then
house. Tell us which one you prefer. Thanks, thanks,
great.
thanks.
I
Yeah.
shall. What other best thing happened? I went for a wedding and it was late. I got to catch up with Polake and Wale, and we just said about Unilag and who dated who. But just full memory session, and I danced. Really, we had a moment where, like on the dance floor, it was just me, Polake, Wale, and like a couple of other Taiwo's friends. And it hits me that we are the aunties at the party now because we're dancing to Kwamwon. We're dancing to like Yoruba Inka Yefele. We're singing. I said, we've come full circle.
The wedding I went for in Kano, we're only three like Ashebi ladies, and we're just like supposed to like just step in. Normal me would be like, hey, but we're just dancing like rich aunties, and in my head, like the MC was like, rich aunties. I'm like,
That's how we do it dancing, oh. You know when you think you are doing a thing, because I put my tripod down so we could record also when we're dancing.
yeah.
When I watch those videos
Watch
back, I'm
back.
like, fucking hell, what the hell is this? We're all just moving small, small. I say, ha! I thought I was killing it on the
Killing
dance
it,
floor.
I'm
Nothing
killing
was killed.
it. I'm screaming.
What of the wildest thing? What's the wildest thing that happened?
No, we said about this worst.
Oh, okay, what's the worst thing that
I
happened?
think I said the worst thing too. The kidnapping.
Let me see.
Wildest
What's the worst thing that
Well,
happened
is the
for me?
worst. You said something about like someone not coming to pick up their clothes.
Well, I don't know if that's the worst thing. It was more like an awkward thing. So I started, well, I say started, but technically I haven't started. Someone messaged me on Instagram that, oh, did that come in my sewing machine? I'm like, yeah, I did. And they're like, oh, they have shroud that they want to sniff it. Like, no, wahala, bring it. But yeah, I'm going to get paid because I'm not spending my time to sniff it 4 outfits for you without collecting money. So
Cause
he brings it over and he says he's coming back to collect it that day. Keep in mind that I am babysitting my 2 nephews that day. But I'm like, fuck it. I would turn like I'll turn out for you. I'll be turned up for you. So I go downstairs, I'm sewing, my nephew is crying, I'm trying to placate down with like something to watch. I finish it and then I drop it and then I message him that, oh, your clothes are ready. Come get it. Day one goes, it not come. Day two goes, not. Three. Finally comes fixed
actually, you
on
didn't
day
want
four.
to just come to your house.
That would be a very weird thing. Larry thinks the man has a crush on me.
Yeah.
I think that,
He talk to you.
I don't know.
Did he message you from Instagram?
Yeah, from Instagram. Like, he follows the ghost stories.
He's definitely, yeah, yeah. But like, I think maybe when you're meeting him next, please don't like meet him alone. But
Which
just
other next am I meeting him? There's no next now. Except you bring another clothes. Yeah, he sent an Uber to come pick it up. Because I was like, how far? Come on, clear your clothes. I don't like holding people's stuff.
yeah, all right, no,
But yeah, that happened.
yeah.
Let's get into today's topic. We have gisted for 23 minutes.
Yeah, tell me you don't
Focus.
love the gist. Tell me.
Please kindly like, share, and subscribe. That was a rally I like, but I just had to put it.
Thanks. Quick plug.
Quick plug. Yeah, so today we're talking about like mental health. It's mental health week. Mental health week is from 6 to like throughout this week. And I'm currently very passionate about mental. I say currently, but like it's more, I've always been passionate. It's more like now I'm more intentional because where I work is like a mental health organization and I've been doing like campaigns for it for like the past 3 weeks into this. And it's just interesting. So me and Riley, I came up with a topic to talk about with you people. And we're titling it the Am I Going Crazy episode. So let's get into it.
How has your mental health been this past couple of years? I say years.
Yes.
It's been a long time.
Please, can we do months?
Like 2019? 2020?
Since 2019.
Yeah.
Bro, my mental health was like shitty from like, it was a bad year. So if we are doing on a scale of like how bad it is, it was terrible in 2019. It was 50-50 2020. And it's been somewhat great ever since then. So like I'm in a better place than I was in 2019. Yeah. How about you?
Well, 2019 it was. I don't know if I remember how my mental. It was
2019 was Kano year for you, right?
Yeah, no. I entered the master's uni 2019, so it was okay. It was a good year for me. A new place, a new city. 2020, from from January to June. It was good. We had COVID, but it was still good. I was learning coding.
Guy, that year, me
And
and
then
Ralia,
just
what did we not learn? Ralia learned how to code. I started learning. I said, this thing is not for me. I'm not paying to do coding. Then we did HNG, which
yeah,
was like, I
HNG.
was doing like, what was that? What was HNG
We were
about? Because
doing
I can't even
product
remember.
design, and I was doing.
Okay, I was doing product design.
I think I was doing coding, and then she was
Ralia
doing
was
product
doing
management
coding.
or something. I don't know.
Yes. Then there was one other thing we did. Oh, I did UI UX. I went and paid for Genesa's course. Then Ralia did like a proper project management course. And then you did Forex. Ralia, then and I finally
Well,
went and did digital marketing.
the first
That
one was
year.
2021, 2022. 2020, my mental health was in the gutter. 2021, and I think, do you know what I realized? I think
Tell
that
me.
I'm saying this openly because maybe I've accepted it. I
Yeah.
stopped looking after myself.
You stopped looking after yourself.
Yeah, I stopped. I let myself go in terms of, like, things I'll put into my body. I wasn't before 2020. I was a correct, like, workout, skip in the morning,
Yeah, actually, Ralia was
exercise.
very.
Yeah, I was, doing all that, and then I think this year I've been, really conscious and really, trying to get back to being a baby girl. Yeah, and yeah,
That's good. That's
yeah.
good.
So mental
Uh,
health between my mental health is still on days when it wants to be. It is
yeah.
ghetto. I don't recommend myself, but I give myself time to, like, come back, and then,
Fair. Like you have to be gentle with yourself when it comes to these things. What's like the biggest what's the biggest thing that can ruin your mental health? Like what's your biggest triggers? I just said that English was not correct, but people manage like that. What are your biggest triggers?
biggest triggers these days I realize is hearing that someone is not well or in a situation where they could possibly die.
That's
So,
interesting.
and then it's
Because
not
I don't
that,
think carry on first.
yeah,
Proceed.
and it's not
Do you
that
mean
I'm
like
scared.
any random person or like somebody you know?
Or one of our friends' sister, even, like, she fell ill recently and she's still been ill, and I'm
She,
just scared.
I thought she was better.
No, 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 no. She's emotional.
I thought she was better because we were chatting the other day and like we were joking. She was teasing me. I didn't, and I was asking her how she is. And like she's still going to hospital, but she's better. So I was like, oh, she's getting better.
Like,
Alhamdulillah.
she's handling it now because she's not just eating, so that she's not throwing up aggressively, but she's not fine. She's not
Hey, God, I beg.
how she used to be. So, like, things like that. I'll hear that somebody passed away, and it's not like I'm scared of death. It's just it triggers, like, the death of,
Probably has
yeah.
PTSD.
And I know that we're not guaranteed life, so, like, I can't even say, this person cannot die now. This is too
Yeah,
long, but God, please. I know that. Yeah, I think
interesting.
that's one of my biggest triggers.
Biggest triggers.
Yeah. What about you?
Bruh, like if I sit down, I'm going to seem like such a serious person. Like you comparing me to yours.
Why is this justified?
That's why I was like, oh shit, that's interesting. But yeah, out with it. I'm such like I feel like if I was not a very emotional, loving person, I would not have any mental health issues. Because all my mental health issues start from heartbreak. Yeah, so it's really more of that. But I think I'm in a better place.
Yeah.
Me and
If you
the
read, like,
ex with
Panda's newsletter, pick blog,
oh, you
you
guys should read my
understand,
newsletter
like,
because
yeah, yeah,
I've been on a journey of healing and I've been
yeah.
talking about like everything, just like heartbreaks. I spoke about like sex, I spoke about like trauma. It's fun. You guys should subscribe. But yeah, it's mainly stuff like that is like just love related and like feelings related. And that thing that has been fucking up with my mental health that I'm definitely writing about next is like these days I'm just feeling lonely. I don't know. And I think it's as a result of like all my friends are getting married or all my friends like I'm going to backtrack a bit. I have a ton of friends that are married. I have a ton of friends that are
Or
recently married. I have a handful of friends, like some friends that have
that
kids
single.
already. And then I have just some friends that are single like me. I would just have conversation. I was like, we're not serious.
I was asking what friends have kids, and I just remember.
Aisha has kids. Right? So like these days, I'm just like, I think I want to find my person though. So if somebody is not serious, out the door. So I
Yeah.
literally like I had a conversation with my mom about it because well, sometimes when I'm in my serious life decisions moments, I like to talk to people. So I talk to my mom, I talk to Mina. Sometimes I talk to Larry. I don't talk to Riley because those are not serious.
You don't talk to me.
I want like serious life stuff.
Why not?
Not really. I wouldn't like let me do a caveat. It's not that I can't talk to you. It's just that I would most likely want to talk to my mommy and Mina first. Do you understand? Do you, I'm sorry. I'll talk to you more about things like this. Should I continue or do you want to address this?
Continue. Proceed.
Anyway, so I talked to my mommy about it and she was like, well, because it was like maybe 4 months ago. Actually, I talked to her about when I was still like deep in being strung up on the ex. And she was like, she gets it, like us still being in love and like distance being the factor, but like it doesn't seem like there's a clear path for us to get together and like build a life together. So like she's not going to tell me to stop talking to him, but she's going to say I should try to withdraw and I should also keep my options open and talk to other men. Which is what I am getting to. So I started talking to other people.
My mom
What did you say?
told me like between like before I got married, before I even like told her that, she was like, she had different men. Oh, it didn't stop anything. Like it's not as if she was doing anything bad with them. It's just you keep your options open.
Open. That's
So,
literally what my mom used to say. She's like, keep your options. So I told her about like literally all the men on my bench. We had a conversation like a pros and cons. Okay, why I like this person, why we've not pursued it all this while, why I like this person, how I mess them. And then she's like, okay, like talk to them and see which one is the most viable. And like still keep your options open to even talk to other people that are toasting you that are not on your bench. And that's what I did though. Currently, there's a man on the radar. It's not that serious here, but like that is not the ex. And like I feel like just doing that helped me to like move fast away from like my feelings of the ex and all of that. So yeah, I'm in a better place. How did we get here? We're talking about what our mental health triggers are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I already touched on it. So like just feelings of being lonely and heartbreak feelings. And sometimes like when I'm broke, shit. Sakpa can spiral my mental health.
Everybody, if you're in the broke state, your mental health is just like
yeah.
we have to have money.
I don't like being broke. I don't like being debt broke. It just like you just know that something's wrong with me. It affects me. Yeah. So what do you do? Like what things do you do to when you're in the throes of shaggy or like mental health shaggy? What do you do to
I cry,
get out of that?
I watch movies, I wallow. I actually allow myself to wallow in it, and then maybe like the next morning or a couple of days, I'm just like, "Buddy, I'm okay." Like, how are you going to make money if you are doing this? How are you going to be successful if you are doing this? Get your ass up. Yeah. So I have no choice. I wish some people just like, why am I ambitious? Why do I want to make money? Maybe I'll just be in that state for a long time. But like, yeah, it's nice that I have that for myself.
Yeah. I allow myself wallow too. I didn't used to do it before, but like I realized that I actually feel better when I wallow. So I take like some days off. I cry, God, I let myself cry. I wallow. I choose uselessness. Like I would do this. Please don't let my employers hear this. But like if I'm going to shake it, like I'll just not work. I might work at night, but like during the day, I would sleep in, I would eat, I would binge stuff on Netflix, I'll watch shows, and I'll just choose uselessness. And then, like just the same way Randy has said, after a couple of days, I'm like, Auntie, so time to get your ass up and move on from this rubbish. Yeah, and then another thing that helps me is I write. I think which is why like the newsletter thing, I feel like people are like, oh, you're writing stories and it's nice and I'm enjoying it, but for me, it's therapy.
It's my life.
Yeah, like I'm literally letting myself feel things.
I can't wait for you to like be on bestseller, like New York Times, yada yada yada. You guys, sir, I like to dream.
Ralia is the biggest Delulu person in my life, but I love it.
So now you can achieve it. You can achieve it. You just journal every single day and just turn it into a book.
The plan for the newsletter is to expand on it. So I want it to be like the way I write it, like a series of stories, right? So that, and then compile more series of stories. Either that, or I take each story and like expand it, because like I tell pieces and bits of stories and they are linked one way or the other, but nobody really knows the full gist of
Yeah.
everything, right? So it might be either
It's
or.
tiny, like, who do I address this to? Oh my god. All right.
Acknowledgement. Hey, my acknowledgement is going to be lit. Shout out to Dikwa. Shout out to Ralia for letting me leave your house.
I'm gonna
Shout out
forgive
to,
you for calling Jacob before me.
do you know why I called? Do you know I called Dikwa first?
Why?
Because it was Dikwa I called first that day. Because Dikwa stayed closest. Because my initial thought was, let me call Dikwa to come pick me, and then I'm like, that makes no sense. I'm just going to call my mommy to come pick me
Yeah.
because I'm going to go to
And
my
then I
father's
was
house
in
anyway.
Abuja. I remember like video calling you. I was in Abuja then.
Yeah, but like when Ralia came back, I went to her house and I lived in Ralia's house for like a couple months, and then this
Yeah.
bastard went to marry. Anyway, I moved to Erike's house. Oh my god, like that experience just showed me the importance of having good friends, because like
Yeah.
yeah, if I didn't have anywhere to go to, I would have probably, and I think there's even no way I would have gone because that time Larry had jackpot, right?
Yeah, Larry had jackpot. You'd have just probably been in
So like
Moe till you
I would
like
have been
found a
depressed,
way to
man, because
go
my
out of like, and come into Lagos, and then like I don't know. Yeah.
I would have been in Moe and my parents would have, like, they would have gotten the worst side of me because I would have been in my fuck it, nobody should stress me. But anyway, that's all done.
And hopefully, they wouldn't have convinced you to
No,
go back.
at that point, I was done. There was, like, that's why they would have gotten my worst side because there is no way I would have gone back. Because the first, I feel like people need backstory. Do they need backstory or should we tell them to go and read the
I
newsletter?
read it in the newsletter.
Go
Let
and
them
read the newsletter. People who know a little bit. No, there's no little bit. Go and read the newsletter because any little bit they already
link
know
it.
the full gist. We'll add the link. But
Yeah.
yeah, like the first time they actually asked me to go back, and I was like, do you know what? Because do you know why I actually went back? My daddy cried, and I've never seen my daddy cry in my life. And I'm like, okay, if you are so passionate about this thing, I'll go back. But me, I'm going back with the thoughts of if this thing actually doesn't work the second time, I'm going to
It's
leave.
over.
So I went back and I was like, we are not going to have kids. I'm no longer doing all these fertility pills and all this nonsense with you. Because I don't think you are somebody else to have kids with. Then I'm going, like, I also went back with vendetta. I need to figure out how to make more money because if this thing doesn't work out, I need to know how to be able to take care of
To
myself.
take
And
care of, yeah.
I gave myself a timeline. Like if by this time this has not been fixed, I'm going to leave because I cannot be wasting my life with anybody. So yeah, I don't think they would have been able to convince me to stay the second time. They would have just done multiple family meeting on my. Do you know how many of my uncles and aunties I blocked that time? Because they will
It's
come here and they will be going, oh, you should go back. Marriage is not like
Yeah,
that.
remember then you blocked a lot of people, some family friends, some people that
And I'm just
you
like,
think they're entitled to
if
telling
your if your own daughter marries, and
yeah, that is
they
for you
should
to
beat her, tell her to stay. But for me, I'm not gonna indulge in that rubbish, right? Yeah. Let's go back to the mental health thing. And that thing I do is I take walks. Aside from writing, I take.
yeah.
You know that I'm trying to be intentional about getting out of my shaggy when I'm taking too many
Taking
walks because
walks, yeah.
it just boosts my dopamine and then I jam music. So yeah, those
Jam
things.
music, yeah.
Yeah, I jam music. And then I talk to my friends. Some days you just need to rant, I swear. Just call somebody and tell them the shaggy you're going through and let them tell you sorry or bribe you with food. I remember when they broke my heart, I called Ralia and cried on the phone. After I finished crying on the phone, the next day I went to Inka's house and Inka fed me. He got me chocolate, he got me apple juice, he got me skincare. Like, I have the most amazing friends.
That is so sweet.
I said, because he's like, why I know you're
That
going
is
to shake it,
wedding
but
dress.
he has married,
When?
last month. He has
Oh.
married. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about PMS because like we're women and I think that I genuinely think, especially this past year, I realized that there are some times and it's been consistent where my mood is just shit. Like
Shit.
maybe right before my period or maybe during my period. I'm just cranky.
Yeah.
Simple. I'm like normal things. I'll just like I'm just like so like yeah. I think it's
Yeah. It happens to me
like
too. I think
it affects.
it's very weird. because you know how people say there is second, what's it called?
Second
Fuck.
puberty.
There's second puberty. I feel like that's what this thing is because I don't think I used to have like weird things when we were uni.
Yes.
I didn't used to have like mood swings like before my period. I didn't used to be sad. I didn't used to have cramps. But like maybe like 3 years back till now, it just happens that like 1 week before, 1 or 2 weeks before my period, I'm just in a shitty mood.
Extra, yeah.
Like I'm just sad.
How I even like really, really noticed it because like, I'm always mood swinging my husband, so he probably knows it's normal. But like the person that stays with me,
Yeah.
I noticed that I was a little bit extra like cranky and irritated at something that she did. And she had repeated that thing before and I was just like, and
Yeah.
she did it and during like that time and I was like, why are you irritating me? Obviously I didn't tell her that. It was in my mind. But like and then I started noticing like trends like, so this is what this is.
Yeah. So this is what this is. Yeah. So like every month, I don't know what's happening in the moment. I just feel like I'm depressed, but I don't know where the depression is coming from. So I'm just depressed and I'm just sad and I'm just binge eating and watching movies and just
Yeah.
crying. And then when my period comes, I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah. That's why. That's
It
why.
happens, it happens every month. And every month I'm like, I'll catch you this one, but I never do. I
Yeah.
never do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder the whole biology of it. Like, okay, is it hormonal?
Yeah, I think it's hormonal.
How come like this did not happen when I was younger? Like at what point does it change?
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
It's weird.
Exactly.
It's
If you're
weird.
like medical field and you want to drop a comment.
Let us know, like the
Or send
biology
us
of
an
things.
email.
Let us know. I feel like with the period thing, it's so strange because like I feel like the week after my period is usually the best. Like my brain is on fire.
Like
I'm
the
in a
last
good mood.
days, like I'm like I want to achieve. I want
I
to be
can do shit.
okay. I want to like I can do anything I set my mind to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the week after is great. And then
And then it's like
ovulation week starts to come. Really, how do you
ovulation
manage
week,
ovulation
like
week? Can we
ovulation
talk about ovulation week publicly?
ovulation
Are we
week.
allowed?
People that don't know,
Those who don't know, and
those
I'm
who
all the way in
don't
Canada.
know. Sometimes I'm just
Ovulation
like
week
during my
is
like
after my
when
life.
I'm ovulating, I'm just like, am I normal? Because this is abnormal. Like the way I am like needing things is abnormal.
Nah, it's wild. And like it gets worse every like I'm just like, what's happening? I wasn't like this
Why is
before.
this? I didn't
Like
feel such in the
sometimes I can't like really I can't think straight. Like that's all that is in my head.
bruh.
I'm just like, God, I beg. And then I'm
Like,
trying to like take walks to
I'm,
distract my mind.
I'm trying to like work and earn a living. What is this?
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm sure my men know because ovulation week I'm probably
Oh, my
extra
husband definitely he knows.
stressy.
Like
I'm like, oh, do you? I'm in my nasty speak.
I'm like round two.
Girl, I don't want to know about what I'll be getting into.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I feel like the biology of ovulation week is your body trying to impregnate you before your period comes.
Yes.
Like when your egg is fertile and whatever, it's like,
Exactly.
baby girl,
Like
you need to.
maybe
Yeah, clapping is not helping with this
yeah,
conversation.
to give you have 20 children before you close your eye and open it.
I pity you. So yeah, don't listen to your ovulation though. If not, pregnancy.
Yeah.
Pregnancy.
Yeah. Something
So
I would like
another thing. Okay,
yeah.
carry on.
No, go, go.
So this another thing that I realized is like with this mental health thing, it just seems like all of our friends are going through mental health again.
I saw
And it's
that.
like at what point did it get here? I don't know anybody that like so for context, I feel like there was a point in my life where I had no mental health issues. I was good. I was just a happy, bubbly girl. And then 2018 happened. Oh, my first mental health shaggy was when I first broke one boy's heart in 2016. And it was me that was going through mental health. Like I was seeing these boys' faces everywhere. But then ever since then, it's just like I'm in a constant battle to just keep my mental health stable. And it's like a lot of my friends are like that, are like in that headspace. So, and it just worries me because I'm like, doesn't mean all of us we are now mad? But we're at
But then sometimes I listen to like all this like people that are like, oh, I'm my 25 and I'm going to tell you 10 things I know when I was I wish I knew when I was 25. Your mental health would be, you will try to achieve this and you would always feel like yada yada. And then I'm just like, maybe it's just normal in your 20s because
Does that
someone
mean
said
like
that
it's just an adulting thing?
you're
This
just,
can be how
you're
my brain
literally
will be
like,
forever.
I'm a 7-year-old adult, like from 20 to 27. I'm a 7-year-old adult, so it's like we still have like a long way to go. So we're still
Fair, fair.
navigating life, and it's just like it's a lot because like one thing I've come to realize is that we have like usually have a trajectory: primary school,
Yeah.
secondary school, uni, so what's like now.
It's just life.
What's the next?
There's
No
no
next
order.
thing. It's just an open, vast space for you to decide
Mm-hmm.
what direction you want to go to, and hope that you're not walking into the pits of. Yeah. But like, let us know how like your mental health has been this past few years. You can send us an
And tell us
email.
what you do to
Yeah.
combat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But something I would say though is that and something I'm trying to like get into because being a delusional person, I think sometimes like downside of that is that anytime
I'm fine. My lips is feeling.
sorry
It's fine.
the downside of that is that sometimes you are not living in your current reality.
I don't understand what you just said. Can you
Sometimes
take it
like
again?
being a delusional person and always thinking about the next thing,
The future.
like it's like you're not always present, you're not always appreciative of like what's happening right here and
Now.
right now. I'm trying to like I realize I didn't used to be. But like this is I remember that I used to pray for this. I used to pray for this kind of maybe financial stability. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Speaking about that,
And like
continue first, then remind me that I wanted to say something, but continue.
yeah, and like yeah. See what you want to say.
Yes, thank you. But this thing you just said about like you don't appreciate where you are and like in comparison to like it being an answer to your prayers, right?
Yeah.
The other day, I carried my laptop and I was like, fuck. There was a point where I couldn't afford a laptop. And like now, I just have a laptop and I'm just dropping it on the bed carelessly. When Michelle, like my
Well,
nephews, can come and
yeah.
just jump for this. And then it just made me like sit down and reflect. And like I was just comparing myself to like who I was, like straight out of uni, when I was still working in Makahad and earning, how much did I earn in that year? I earned
Bro,
is
like
it
50
30K or
mil.
50K? Is either 30 or 50K? I think it was 30K, then they increased it to 50K. But
Yeah.
like now I can afford shit, I can go out, I can buy stuff off the bat without
You're
having to
living
overthink.
outside the country. You have a
I can
job that is
travel.
paying for
I have
your
a job.
yeah.
Like, and there's a part of me that is still like, oh, I want more. I want this. Like, I want to move into my own apartment. Not like I cannot afford to move into my apartment now. Is it Jebu that is doing? I'm trying to save as much as I can. But like we still want all these so many more things. But we forget to appreciate that we're not
Yeah.
where we were last year or like 2 years
This
ago
time
or three
last
years
year.
ago. Like this time last year, I was not here. Like so it's just like I feel like another way to help manage like your mental health with regards to that. Like just try to sit down sometimes and just be appreciative of the things that
Yeah.
God has done in your life.
Clap
Yeah.
yourself and just be like,
You're like, well done,
I've
I've
come
done
a long
well for
way.
myself.
Even if like,
Yeah.
things aren't exactly like the best,
Where I wish
whatever
them to
the
be.
situation is. Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
it's like
like
to be honest, it's not even in such a long time. It's a short time. Because when did we just transition careers?
yeah. It's not like
So proud of
2019.
us. Was it so it was just COVID year, so 2019, 2020. Yeah, so that's not such a long time. Alhamdulillah for us and for the people listening.
Yeah. So guys, we have a story related to mental health. I'm going to read it. Um in 2020, I met a guy online who I later discovered to be a catfish scammer from Nigeria named Gabriel Figo. He broke my heart, robbed me of thousands of dollars, and humiliated me by sending new
This
photos
is
of me
bad for the
that I had sent to him to my family. I hate him with a burning passion and I want justice. I was very naive, gullible, and above all lonely. I had low self esteem. I was desperate for even the slightest bit of validation. I just wanted someone to love me and tell me I was beautiful. Instead, I was robbed, not just of my time and my money, but also my dignity.
God are
I
big.
experienced a traumatic upbringing prior to this. I was already basically a social outcast with no friends to speak of. the perfect candidate to become a victim of fraud. The part that still amazes me even to this day is the fact that I told Gabriel everything about my life. He knew about all the trauma that I had already gone through.
So he used it to
Of
his
course,
benefit,
he
man.
knew
Nah.
he knew I was unstable. He knew I was sick. He knew I had a history of mental illness. He knew
Hey,
I
to
had
do
a history of mental illness, and yet still didn't hesitate to do what he did, knowing that it could have ended my life. I went from being moderately depressed and somewhat suicidal to being actively suicidal, and it only took 2 text messages and 1 email. I literally spent 8 months in therapy and 6 weeks in a program run by a local psychiatric hospital in my city because of what he did to me, and lost almost 25 pounds due to stress in the months that followed. And it took me a year to fully recover from this ordeal. When I initially met Gabriel, he had obviously lied to me about his identity and sent me fake photos of a different man, claiming it was him. He told me that his name was James and that he was a 33-year-old man from Texas. In the
Ah, what is
beginning,
scam there, Isha?
he showered me with compliments. He told me everything I wanted to hear. He told me that he told me things no man had ever said to me before. And like a fool, I thought his words were genuine. I quickly became addicted to these compliments and praises he would give me, thinking I found the man that I would hopefully one day marry. Before I even knew it, I was hopelessly in love with a man who didn't exist. He told me he was a soldier in the US military, stationed in Egypt, and it was against the rules for him to make phone calls because it was a security risk and could compromise the mission. He made up elaborate stories and excuses for why he needed money and always had an explanation waiting in his back pocket for any and every question that I possibly might have to ask. By the time he had begun to reveal his true colors, I was already head over heels for him. This is long. It's long. Okay, it's long.
Oti Gujo. The story, should we just summarize it? They scammed her and he
Yeah.
affected her mental health. Please, today's lesson is that don't let men scam you. Have your guard up. Ija always guide you. Talia is just trying to
Yeah.
get to the end.
I deserve justice for basically. She said that by the time I finally came to my senses, it was obviously too late. I'd already given him everything he needed to blackmail me, and when I confronted him, he started making demands that I knew I couldn't have granted to him, even if I wanted to. And when I refused to meet his demands, that was when he pulled the trigger.
What trigger? Oh, like he let her.
Posting all her nudes and
He posted her news. Meanwhile, can we just say something?
yeah.
Like here, in relation to posting news. Yesterday, me and Lion were having a conversation. I can't remember what it was, but like what it was, what started the conversation. But the summary, like, was that she was saying that, oh, like, because I'm popular, that sometimes I need to be like more guarded about things that I put out there because people will use your information to their own
Exactly.
advantage.
Yeah.
And I told her that first of all, I don't have shame. And that's like my biggest thing in this life. Like that keeps me so free of
Bruh.
problems. Like
Bruh.
there's nothing you can do to me. I actually don't feel shame. So
I'm
about
quite
this thing about
shameless.
like your nudes, like and I know that this is hard. Like some people is like, oh my goodness, my body is out there. Why? What am I going to do? My family members. Let me tell you, I have like, how I always say that I have plans for like the worst case scenarios. If my nude ever gets leaked, first thing I'm doing is calling my mother to tell her that I'm sorry. Oh.
Mommy, you're about
You
to
are
say
going to get
something.
calls though, but you are going to see me on the internet with my ass out and somebody clapping them cheeks. I apologize, but like it is what it is. Right. And after that, like I'm actually just going to carry on like nothing happened. I might do like this same. I'm sorry, you guys, though. This has happened though, but like there's really nothing I'm going to do about it for my like Instagram followers. But like that's it. I'm going to carry on the rest of my life. Like nothing. Okay, my breast is out there. Those we have breasts. Those we all be doing the nasties. And like
Yeah.
because that is because of that fear of shame and fear of getting, put out there and
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
people will now get scammed. Don't let anybody scam you. They threaten with leave it. Is it bomb? I'm not saying for
Bruh,
again.
post it. Oh
If
my god,
if
there was one
Dangote's
time.
bomb can be on the internet, who am I?
Oh my god, there was one time someone was threatening Priscilla Ojo with like to post like with her nudes, and she was like,
Mm-hmm,
and then he posted a video, but her leg wasn't showing. I mean, her face wasn't
mm-hmm.
showing, and she was like, "Post my face if it's short for you."
Put the full video.
Pull the full video. First of all, I
Just
don't
make sure that like you are posting my good angles.
Are you joking?
Like again, like it all boils down to like teaching your children to stand up for themselves. I swear. Like
Exactly.
don't let stupid people bully you. Don't give them that power over you.
Yeah.
Because really, what's the worst that could happen? As long as somebody is not killing you, threatening your family, all these things, like your nudes, ordinary breast and bonbon, please, dear, we'll be all right. Yeah, you know how like sometimes you're on social media and things are happening and you start to internalize them and it starts to fuck with your own mental health. So does that happen to you?
I think that I don't know how I developed that, but I think that well, I don't know. Your question seems like it has two parts. If you're talking about like looking at people's achievements and looking at
No, not achievements. Like when negative things happen, like for instance now.
oh yes, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. This there was some 2 weeks ago. There's this girl like that was trending on Twitter that her classmates were slapping her and bullying her, and I think the bully got expelled, but it's
yeah,
just things like this happen. Oh my god, let me even tell you one before we come back to this girl's story.
yeah,
Hafiz was, my older brother is 1 year, was, all our life, was 1 year above, like, ahead of me in school education and even
yeah.
so he was in GSS 1 and I was in primary 6. And GSS 1 he was in boarding school. And
Mm-hmm.
one night my parents come home with him and his ears are peeled.
Healed.
Yes.
How? Gosh.
Peeled.
What happened?
Some seniors decided that they were gonna call out juniors and tell them to rub their ears all night.
All night.
Yes, all night. I
Like,
don't
what happened?
just petty seniors.
That's
Petty
crazy.
seniors. And even when I was in boarding school, I remember that like maybe my dad would buy me bread. I think I've said this before. And like some seniors would just come and be like, give me that and they would take it and go. So it's like I don't even know. I don't know. The one with Tahafi is like they even almost expelled the students because it wasn't just him, it was like there were 5 of them that they did that to. And like the parents really took it serious and went to school and like he had to be at home for a few days to recover. They had to like put things on his ears. So it's just like things like that. Like this girl now getting slapped. Like imagine if there was no like social media, like you probably wouldn't even see this happen. And like
Mm-hmm.
how messed up. Speak on it.
So I have like I have two feelings regarding it. So there's the part where, or maybe more than two. There's the part where I feel like as a parent too, you have to train your child to be mad. And I
Yeah.
know not all children have the capacity for madness,
Yeah.
but you have to train your child to be able to stand up for themselves. Because like this thing you're saying, it's not like they did not bully me too in secondary school. Oh. They bullied me in like GS1, but by GS2, I was already like, fuck you. What you punish me, I'll kneel down. And I know that again, this is a very unique situation. Like it's easy to say stand up for yourself and fight for yourself, but sometimes somebody is just has like more power over you and they will oppress you and they'll bully you. So that's one aspect. Again, don't quote me. Again, keep in mind that I said there are multiple aspects to this, and obviously there's the stand up for yourself aspect, but there's parts where somebody is just getting oppressed, right? I think and the other aspect of it is that I don't see how like it getting on social media is going to help. What they should have done was punish those students, expel them, probably take the girl for therapy or something. Like actually address fixing the issue and then maybe put up signboards in your school and start like a whole campaign against bullying things so that like X years down the line there wouldn't be bullying involved in your school again. But like putting it on social media, okay, now everybody knows
But I
about
don't
it.
think it's the school that
What
put is
has
it
been
the school
done?
that put it on social media?
Obviously it's not the school, but like I know there was like this whole thing where the minister of something took it up and then like the girl is
It was
talking
a
about
whole
it on TV.
fiasco.
It was a whole thing, and I'm like, how is this thing actually helping this girl? Now you've made this an everlasting beef by making it such a big thing on social media. Who says they are still not going to fuck this girl shit up in school?
In
Like
school
I
for
don't think
yeah.
I don't see
Because
how this is you helping her.
the thing with bully is that they would even come back to you when you snitch or when you
Yes,
report.
now. So I don't know. There's layers to these things, and please, parents, people have to train your children. You cannot be having your children bully people. And I know some children they are from hellfire. Like there's really nothing much you can do. But like as a parent, it's also your job to just make sure that your child is upstanding and give them like proper training. That it's not
And be
your like
kind.
you can't just step on others and treat them anyhow just because you're in a position of power. And this is how children become politicians and they start to steal government money. It's from small. We don't train them now. I know I just went from 0 to 100 like an African auntie, but that's what I am
Oh my
now.
god.
Right? But it's
Yeah.
from small. You actually do have to train these kids and let them know that there's repercussions for their actions. Like if you actually bully somebody, you have to get fucked up on some level. Excuse my language. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm like, secondary school kids are mean.
yep,
They
yep.
are mean. They are mean. Mean. Lord. Anyways,
Children are just mean in general. That's why, like, it's your job as a parent or guardian or
to make
teacher
sure that
to like
because
train them.
there is
I
no
think,
way you will not see these traits at home. There's no way your
yep.
child is a mean person outside and it's
And then,
very
Ralia, some children are evil. I swear, some children can pretend.
true. That's very true.
It's possible, but like, I feel like you will catch a glimpse of it,
You
like
catch.
different
There's
time.
no
Yeah.
like a slip up would happen. A slip up would happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, are we at the end of our kini? At the later to let me know what it took. Abby.
Almost.
Happy
Yeah.
mental health week, guys.
Make sure you guys
Manage your
take care
mental
of
health.
yourselves.
Yeah.
Make sure you speak to people when like you're going through life. If you need to get a therapist, I'm sure like they're like even like better help, online therapy. Better help can't sponsor us, thanks and God bless. But like just make sure that you speak to like people. Make sure you surround yourself with people that love you and you love and just try to be life is one. Everybody's gonna go one day, so please just
Can I
be
say
kind.
something?
Be kind to people if you can. Like if you do not need to be mean, do not
I want to say something. Can I?
spread
May I
peace. Yeah,
proceed?
yeah, just
So you know how you said like life is one, right? And I say this all the time. And I feel like maybe sometimes people just think that I'm just a happy girl. Like I just smile. I just have energy. But I've actually like been through shege in my life and I actually like deal with a ton of stuff. But like I still think I am a happy girl. So this thing, and I know it's easier said than done, no, but I'm a strong believer in like you're in control of your own happiness and you can choose to be happy. Like you have days that are shaggy, but like it is your job to like be intentional about making those days into better days. Case in point, I can wake up today and I'm feeling like very terrible and I just want to cry. I just want to be useless. But I know I have work. And I know that uselessness and depression and work, they don't go hand in hand. So I'll probably call Ralia and then we'll chat for an hour and we'll just, and before you know it, my mood is back up. So it's like just trying to be intentional about like just keeping your mental health stable and being happy. And I know it's easier said than done, but I'm
and
wishing people the best. And
yeah.
also surrounding yourself with people that care about you and will hold you up. Let me just see one thing that happened the other day. Oh, fuck. Me and Lara were in the kitchen and she was asking me about the ex. And it was when we just freshly had the conversation about like, moving on and like knowing that this wouldn't work out. And she was like, do you need a hug? And I'm like, please don't hug me because I'm going to cry. And then she comes and then
Yeah.
she comes to hug me anyway. And then I just cry and then she just holds me and I felt better. So like sometimes you want to be a hard guy, but you need people that will be like, it's okay to be weak.
It's
Cry
okay to
this
be
shit out
soft.
and move on.
Be a soft girl.
Yeah.
Be a soft girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the end of today's episode. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
We want to
And
start
like
this
I'm
thing
giving you
where
virtual hugs if you're listening to this. Giving
okay,
you all the virtual hugs and kisses and yeah. I love.
thank you. By the way, I can't do this thing that Raleigh just
No,
did.
I'm not talking to
I'm
you. I'm
old.
talking to them.
I know. Give my
Love
love back. But yeah, I just wanted to also say that we're trying to do this thing where we get you guys to give us feedback, not feedback. So we want to ask like questions on our story so that we can read it on the podcast. So it's like today,
anonymously. We promise.
Yes, anonymously. Or you can give us like cute things to call you if you so desire. So it's supposed to be like what are we what's the oh my goodness, I don't have the sentence correctly, but it's like on this week's episode of oversharing, like what are you oversharing? And then we ask a question based on the topic that we're going to be speaking about next, and then you just answer and then we speak about it either before or after we do what's word and best. Okay, so just wanted to throw that out there. Please, thank you. Reply to us and our story. We'd like you to be a part of this. And it was
Yes,
lovely to shoot this.
yes, it
This is
was
one episode that our energy was high or true. We did
all
not
true.
drop.
Yeah, yeah. You
Love
guys,
it,
please
love it.
help me beg Hamdala that she should take oversharing and banter seriously. Beg her in the comments.
I'm
Say,
absent.
please, that.
Alia, please, you didn't just call me Hamda. Oh, we love you guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you in the next one. Follow us on Instagram too, please. Love ya. Bye.
Bye.